Hey everybody, this is Jerome from Luniversed. I know it's been a long time no see, but I'm excited to start off something new with you guys today. So I figured we're going to be going through my top 5 favorite parts of Romanticide by Nightwish. So before I go over the song details, let me give you guys a little bit of the rules of the series. I have to pick my top 5 favorite parts. Only 5. They have to be no longer than 15 seconds. They have to be on the album version because I am going to be having live performances in here. Some parts sound great live and some parts sound great recorded. Because if they do something brand new live, it feels like it's a different song. Sometimes people play cover songs on live and they always just change it up. So a ground rule I set for myself was whatever parts I chose from a live performance, it had to be in the recorded version. Romanticide is a song written by Nightwish, and it's from their album Once. I think it came out in 2003, 2004, but I wrote down recorded, so I think it came out in 2004, but it might have been recorded in 2003. The personnel that I saw, I looked in a couple places, and what I saw was we had Tarja recording the vocals, we had Marco recording the bass, the Impu recording guitar, we had Tomas recording keyboards, and we had Yuka playing drums. So that's what I have for the original personnel who recorded on the Once album. You guys make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what your top 5 favorite parts are. Let's get into this top 5 countdown for Romanticide by Nightwish, everybody. I'm excited. But in place number 5, I had to choose the solo. I know what you guys are thinking. Like, that's crazy. How's the solo going to be in 5th place? I love the solo. It really did get me hooked on the song, but with further listenings, I just really enjoy it. I enjoyed it a lot, but it wasn't like my favorite parts. Other parts of the song just hooked me more. Maybe because I'm a rhythm guitarist and I can't play lead, or I haven't fully learned how to play lead. That's what I'm assuming. But for me, the solo is definitely in 5th place. The way that the solo makes me feel, it gives me full energy, and I just love to watch Impu just rip it. This guy's so good, and he's a comedian. He's so funny, and just watching him do what he does best. Because you can listen to some songs, he won't rip. He'll just play and he won't shred. And then like Romanticide, he's like, I'm shredding. And it's just, that part always drops me in. Like, it gets me to the solo. I love listening to it because it does get me all pumped up. But it's not, I wouldn't say it's my favorite part, but it's definitely had to be in my top 5. For spot number 4, I have to say it would have to be the chorus, the last chorus after Impu's solo. Because Impu's solo happens and everything's cool, and then it kind of like drops and it's like dum-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum, and I feel like that really grabs me. And then when the vocals come in, it makes it that much more powerful. I normally was listening to the Vakin version, and for some reason, I never heard that little guitar part. But when I started listening to the recorded version, it really stood out. And then I was watching the training version with Annette, and it really stood out because Impu didn't play the solo. He just sat there. So that part really, it just stood out to me so much. And it's really one of my favorite parts. And it's so minor, but it makes that chorus seem so much more powerful. And that's one of the things that I like about it. So for part number 3, I would have to choose after the first verse, I think. Floor hits a very high note, and right after that, Yuka and Impu play together. Yuka is playing double pedals, and Impu's playing the intro riff, and it just sounds amazing together because Flora gets you up with her voice, and then right after that they go and it just sounds amazing. It just gets me pumped. It gets me like, hell yeah, like I have to listen to the song again. There's been plenty of times when I was doing this video, or when I was writing out the notes for the video, I had to rewind it at that part because I was like, man, I want to hear it again. It gets me too pumped up. Part number 2 would have to be a little bass interlude that goes on. As like Yuka and Marco playing together, and it's just amazing. Like, I honestly thought the song was over. So whenever you hear it, if it's your first time hearing it, you think the song's over, and you just hear Marco's bass coming up, and then Yuka's playing this real cool pattern where he has constant double pedals going, or he has constant bass pedals going, and then he's hitting the toms, and I think it sounds really cool together, and it just sounds like a whole different song, but it eases you into the next part perfectly. Like, if the song's over, you're like, okay, the song's over, Romanticide, great song, and then you just hear the bass start up, and then you hear the drums, and it's a wrap. That's definitely my number 2 favorite part of the song. And part number 1 will come from the back end live performance 2013. I don't think anybody saw this part coming, but it is actually when Floor and Marco are screaming together. It sounds so amazing because their voices in unison are so powerful. The guitars going on are great. It gets me pumped up beyond belief, and it's like the song's almost over, and after they do that, the song has an amazing climax. But I feel like that part is the part that always freaking gets me. If I'm listening to the song, a lot of times I always notice that part, and I'll think about that part of the video right there, and it gets me like real excited because it's so cool. It sounds amazing. Like, I wish I could sing like that. And I know so some people probably be anticlimactic, but for me it makes a lot of sense. And honestly, this part I wanted this to be my number 1, but it wasn't going to be on there. And I was listening to the recorded version, I didn't even hear this part. And I don't know why, when I was writing out the list, I heard it finally, but I guess it just sounds a lot more powerful on the live version, and that would be my top. That would be my favorite part of Romanticide by Nightwish. You guys make sure you leave me your top 5 favorite parts down below. Let me know what the next song I should pick my top 5 favorite parts are. But thank you guys for watching. This is Jerome from Luniverse. You guys are amazing, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace.